Animals out in the wild can be sweet, they can be dangerous, and they can be unpredictable. This is something that many people don't consider when they encounter animals in the wild. When a mother is caring for her young, she becomes especially dangerous because it is her instinct to protect her babies no matter what. One man saw a bear in trouble, and he risked his life to do something about it. Lake Vigazero is located in northwestern Russia. The water gets very cold during the winter, and it is not uncommon for the temperature in the lake to drop down to -4 degrees during the winter. Considering the size of the lake and the freezing temperatures, it is far too cold for both humans and other wildlife to attempt to swim in during the winter. The reason why the mother cub attempted to cross the freezing lake with her cubs is unknown. The mother bear's journey across the lake started out fine, regardless of the temperature of the water. Because of the cold temperatures, carrying her cubs became too much. When the mother bear was forced to let go, the cubs were unable to keep up with her. They were stuck out in the middle of the lake, struggling to get to the shore of the lake. Most mother bears are known for being selfless and being willing to do anything to protect their young. For some reason, this mother bear's maternal instincts didn't kick in. The water was too cold, and she ditched her cubs in the middle of the lake and she swam away. This is something that baffled wildlife survivors because typically a mother bear will sacrifice herself before giving up on her cubs. She did try to fight the current and keep her babies on her back, but the current was too strong, and she was separated from her cubs. Fortunately, a boat was in the lake and saw what was happening to the cubs. The fishermen on board knew how cold the lake water was. They knew that it was a race against time to get the bear cubs out of the water and to their mother. It was clear that the cubs were getting tired trying to keep their heads above water, and the fishermen had to find a way to pluck the cubs out of the water safely and quickly. Even though the mother bear left her cubs in the water, she stayed nearby, watching the scene unfold. The fishermen knew that this added to the danger that they would be in if they tried to save the bear cubs. They didn't know if the mother was going to try to intervene at the last minute and try to board their vessel. The fishermen on the boat knew that they had to capture the whole thing on camera because it was something that most people wouldn't believe. When the boat got close to the bear cubs, one of them immediately started trying to get on. He was reaching up to the boat with his paws. As the bear tried to get up on the boat, he was struggling. Not only was the boat too high for the little cub, but he was already weak from being in the frigid water for so long that pulling himself was proving impossible. The fishermen quickly put their plan in motion and used their fishing gear to help them pull the bear up. Because bears have very sharp teeth and strong jaws, they were sure that the cub would use his teeth to pull himself up on the boat. The fishermen were worried that when they got the bear up on the boat that he would attack. When the bear cub looked at them with his sad eyes, they knew that they had to help. They grabbed a fishing net and managed to pull the cub out of the water. When they got the bear on board, they couldn't celebrate yet because they had to get the other bear on board, while keeping the first one calm. It was easy, but they pulled it off. They had both bears out of the water. Now that the fishermen had the scared, cold, wet cubs on the boat, they had to figure out what to do next. These cubs were afraid, and they needed their mother. How were they going to get the cubs to the mother without putting themselves in danger? After searching the shore, they found a good place to let the cubs go so they could be reunited with their mother. Mama Bear does this after man saves her drowning cubs. She first started to move down the shore in the opposite direction. It was almost as if she didn't see her cubs. The fishermen began to worry that the cubs were going to be left to fend for themselves. When she turned in their direction, she realized that they were there, and she headed back to reunite with her cubs. The real heroes of this story were the cubs because they were so strong and determined. The fishermen were also heroes because if it weren't for them, the cubs never would have made it out of the water.